don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Go set. All day, dog.
First carry for James Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Come on, set. 60 or. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Second and 9 now. He gets this one to Boyd. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Ready. Check. Mike 50. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Snap.
They'll give it to Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Slam, slam, slam. Topper, topper.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Ready, ready. 10-2 stop. I got one. Check, 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 check. Get it.
Here's Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
And this one is right through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Eason nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Shift.
2nd and long. To Mixon on the check down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On the ready.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Eason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Got it on 1st down, able to take this one forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, watch 61, matchbox lights.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy.
To throw on second down, Eason looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
He's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Look at me. Score. Score. Lucky. Out. Fire.
Back to Mixon on first down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's get it.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Bring it. Watch the eye. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 49. Check 49. Check 49. No. Off. Shit.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Bengals 3, Steelers nothing.
Set. 18 Gator. Hard. These tracks. Let's go. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill. Check 99. Check 99. Check 26. Check 26. Cut up.
On second down, here's Mixon. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Ready.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the screen.
Operating from the gun, Eason. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ready to break. 58, the mic. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bound to lose one.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Now, Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check. Get it.
Back to throw. Eason. He finds his running back, Mixon.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You got nothing.
Now it's Darnold. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Darnold on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Greystone, travel.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason brought in here by Tyler Eifert. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 3 down, 3 down. Kill. 6-6, pull it high. Check 43.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
3 down. Tighten up. Tighten up. Check.
On the toss, Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He's got his man, Boyd. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Switch. Pick that.
Now Joe Mixon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Eason. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From his own goal line, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Eason. And the catch good. It's Eifert. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the gun, Eason going up top for Kupp. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
At the 16-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's third down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Darnold. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Darnold. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 13 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. 4 down. Alert. Shoot.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Protein spill. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Back to throw. Eason. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Connor on 1st down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, a give to Connor. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Faking the give, Darnold. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Check 31. Fair. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Boyd.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, seam 6.
15, Mike's 15. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Let's go.
From the gun, Eason. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. There he goes right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Blue down, blue down. 5.
On third down, decent. And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run. As they stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Darnold from the gun. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Set,
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Looking to throw. Eason. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Lane. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
On the set.
55. Check. 55. Mike. Rabbit. Check. Check 4.
Let's go.
On first down, Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
50's to Mike. Hey, get in the way.
Get it.
Now Mixon. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. X3. 218. Chopper.
Switch.
Ready.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Ready. 30 base.
55. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some.
Big grip.
Operating from the gun, Eason. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Eason. And this is incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd down now. It's West. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll try to pound it in with West. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Double dog, that's the way.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go, set. 10 Lobo.
50, check back 50.
61, matchbox lights.
They'll run here with Mixon. Nifty move. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Ready.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm coming.
Again, it's Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Steelers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC.